Assalamualaikum and hi, we are from Group 5. Today we are going to present about the book that we read during our free time. The book that we choose is a non-fiction book, which is the title is Falsafah and Issues Masa. Before we start, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is AQILAH binti Osman, matric number F20A0516. My other members, NURUL FATIHAH binti Muhammad HAIROL, F20A0562, Ahmad Yousoff bin Mohd Anuar, F20A0349, NURUL IZZATY binti Ahmad, F20A0596, SYAHIRAH NADIA binti AZMI, F20A0623, Muhammad Amirul Ashraf, F20A0452.
Assalamualaikum. My name is SYAHIRAH NADIA binti AZMI. My metric number is F20A0623. Today I want to present about the book that I choose is Modul Falsafah dan Isu Semasa. The introduction is to explain the development of the discipline of philosophy as well as the division of philosophy into theoretical philosophy as Nazariyah and practical philosophy as Amaliyah. The summary. This chapter will explain the branch of philosophy which are theoretical philosophy and practical philosophy. In addition, this chapter also discusses the emergence of new philosophies. A clear picture of the continuity of the first chapter this chapter is the chronology of its discussion from the philosophy of national education to the pillars of the nation, and then to the philosophy of prosperity, as well as the branch of philosophy in life. The moral value. A good understanding of important topics to help students re-evaluate the various current issues that underline their life. This understanding will also help students to see the purpose and spirit of the national education, philosophy, and pillars of the country in the right perspective, which in turn becomes the basis of the development of responsible and professional citizens. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia. The point that you share is so good. I know that everyone has their own philosophy, right? Whether conscious or not, we are not able to express it in words. It is intuitive feelings to see things as they are and how they should happen in the real life. As do you know, each of us need to understand and have self-confidence to enable us to stand on the real earth. The philosophy of life, like how do you reach or decide what's the good, bad, or success mean? What are the purpose is life, including if you don't think life like a purpose, whether it's a God, we should treat each other very well. I have one more value that I have to share. It is racial diversity in Malaysia now that prove the society can live in the unity despite different religious belief. Next, I will pass to my dearest friend Nur Aqilah. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amirul Ashraf, and today we are going to discuss about books. First of all, I'm going to tell you guys about my favorite book. My favorite type of book is fantasy or comics book. But that's not the book that are we going to discuss about. The book that are we going to discuss is Falsafah and Isu Semasa, or in English we call Philosophy and Current Issue. So, what is philosophy? Philosophy is from Greek word, means philo is a love and Sophie is truth or wisdom. So I'm going to discuss about one of the chapter in this book, which is chapter 6, metaphysics. So this chapter is quite tough to understand, but from what I think from this chapter is metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that examines the fundamental nature of reality, including the relationship between nature and reality, including relationship between mind and matter, and between substance and attribute, and between potentiality and real actuality. Okay, from this chapter I learned a lot of things. For example, a new words. So the word that I learned, a new words, is theism. Theism is a broadly defined as the belief in the existence of a supreme being or deities. And the word is monotheism, is belief is only one God. So there's a lot of more new word that I never heard, and I can't even remember it. But I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Yousoff bin Mohd Anuar. My metric number is F20A0349. Today, I would like to share with you guys about my favorite book that I like to reading during my free times. But before I proceed with my opinion or in description about my favorite book, I would like to share with you guys about my favorite genre book I like to reading. My genre book I like is non-fiction books. Non-fiction means based on the facts, is standard to tell, and it is direct, simple, and clear. And it is also has to do with event that actually happen. For example, textbooks, encyclopedia, essay writing, and also journal. I choose one of my favorite book with this genre, which is Philosophy and Current Issue. This book is tell us about how to produce a new generation in order to have a rational thinking and have a strong identity. This book has 11 chapter, but I like to share with you guys about my favorite chapter in this book, which is chapter 5. This chapter is tell us about psychology and sociology. In this topic, we can know or learn about human concept in the flow of thinking to the Indian philosophy. For example, in Indian philosophy, humans are born depend on their behavior in the world. If they do a good attitude, so the good reward will wait for them. But if they have a bad attitude, so they will be born again in bad condition in like animal. It means human should be good attitude, which is doing good to human and animals, and avoid from bad attitude, such as gambling. The value I get in this topic is we must have a good behavior or character so that our personality is looked and remembered by the public.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is AQILAH binti OSMAN, metric number F20A0516. I'm going to talk about the book that I really like to read during my free time, which is Falsafah and Isu Semasa. From this book, there's have a lot of benefits, inputs, and moral value that we can learn. But from all the topic in this book, I really interesting with one topic, which is psychological philosophy. What is psychological philosophy? Psychological philosophy plays an important role uh, in human life, which is it can guide us to better understand about human thought and behavior. For example, um, from face reaction, you can know about someone feeling or emotion, which is their when they smile, you can know that maybe the person is in a good mood or they are happy, and the others. So the moral value that I can get from this topic is we can appreciate about the nature, we can appreciate about human being, and we can get better understand about the people emotion around of us, which is we know them or we first meet them in our daily life. So it's important to everyone to learn about the philosophy in their daily life. So I think that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you to my friends. Now my turn want to present about my books that I choose. I am NURUL Mohd HAIROL. Can start my presentation. Falsafah and Issues Masa is the book that I choose. Why I choose this book? Because when I read this book, I have learned moral value and benefit that I have from this book. I will share some of the moral value that I have from this book is responsibility. Learning is one of the important to create generation capital. For the example, learning start from a kid to achieve their life, to achieve their goal. Other than that, from this book, I can improve my knowledge because this book story about the current issue that I never know before this. Lastly, the benefit that I want to share is make me a creativity. Why I tell this? Because this book teach me how to create the current issue based on the philosophy. So I know how to create current issue step by step, to be honest. The conclusion that I have from this book is I have more moral value and benefit from this book. That's all from me. Thank you.